Hey y'all, it's Rissy. I am outside at the park because there's too many eyes and ears in my house right now. So I'm out here recording, getting it by any means. It's windy, the clouds are out, whatever. Today I'm gonna tell you guys a story about when my teacher was sleeping with a student or students. I don't know. All I know is that he was sleeping with at least one. I'm gonna tell you guys that I was in high school, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what grade I was in. I went to 3 different high schools, so it should be kind of hard for people to narrow this down unless they went to the school with me, because everyone at the school knew what was going on, or we all eventually found out. So basically I had one class. We're gonna call the teachers in the class Mr. Dylan and Mr. Frank. So Mr. Dylan was the main teacher of the class. He was about 40 to 50 something years old. Mr. Frank was probably 25 to 35 years old. So there was kind of a age gap, but that being said, Mr. Frank could relate more to the students. A lot of students listened to him more because they saw him as like young and cool, versus Mr. Dylan was kind of just old and bald. You know that song is like bald, bald. Why he ain't got no hair up there? Random side note, I know there's gonna be noise in the back. If a bug flies on me and you see me run, then you didn't see none. Anyway, we're gonna call this a math class. In this math class, Mr. Dylan was the only one that was actually teaching us for real. Mr. Frank would teach us too, kind of, but Mr. Frank was kind of just an add-on, like an accessory. He wasn't really needed in the class. Some days there would be one without the other, but mainly it would be Mr. Dylan without Mr. Frank, if anything. It usually wouldn't be Mr. Frank without Mr. Dylan. I don't know if Mr. Frank was like kind of just trying to start learning teaching, or if he just needed to hold that man's hand for whatever reason, but nevertheless he was in there. He actually was my substitute for some other classes though that were not math. So I really don't know why he was in there, to be honest. Like, as far as substituting the other classes. Honestly, the school was really just a hot mess, all in all. Like, the principal, it was her first year there, so she was just really letting whatever go on. There wasn't a lot of regard for rules and regulations unless she saw fit. And a lot of those rules got bent anyway. Nevertheless, I did not originally have this class. I had a different class before this. Like the same class, but a different teacher. In the middle of the year, actually quite early on in the year, maybe 2 months in or 3 months in, if that, we got a teacher switch. And the other teachers would still work at the school, but they just were not teaching the same subject anymore. I don't know why they decided to do that, but they just decided to do that. I'm in this class now with Mr. Dylan and Mr. Frank. Everything's pretty cool. Some people in the class, like the YNs in the class, don't like Mr. Dylan at all. They're being rude to him. Sometimes Mr. Dylan did deserve it, but most of the time it really wasn't that deep. Nevertheless, this one, actually there was a few students that would skip classes, obviously just skip class. Like they had no business being in the class. They were just in there to be in there. People would skip classes just to skip the classes. and they will go into other classes. I don't understand the concept of skipping one class to go to another class, because either way you're still in class. I would think that if you're going to skip class, like at least skip class and do something fun, like skip class and go eat, skip class and go get a snack, skip class and go hide out in the bathroom. Something, not, oh, I'm gonna skip class and I'm just gonna go to another classroom. You could have just stayed in your own class for that. There was this girl that was not in our class, but she was in our class so much you would have thought that she was getting paid from being in our class. You would have thought the teacher had her on a payroll the way that she was in that class, and Shawty was not missing no checks if she was on that payroll. She would be in the class more than any actual student. And at first I thought she was a TA, but I've never seen any other student at that specific school be a TA the way she was, you know? And I say TA. She wasn't even a student in the class at all. I had like an English class with this girl, right? She was about 5'8", medium brown, but lighter than me. I think her natural hair was black because she had it like that every now and again, but she didn't really typically have her hair black. Her hair was usually like a brownish red or like a brownish blonde, something of that nature. I think she had some tattoos, even though we were in high school, but there was other high schoolers in my school that had tattoos. I don't think that it was a super big deal for people, but I just didn't have any in my high school. I didn't have any tattoos in high school. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all saw that, but a bug just flew over my head, and I'm seeing other bugs kind of get closer. It's making me want to run. This might be y'all last outside video y'all get from me. It's getting Jumanji-ish out here. Nevertheless, she was pretty, but she was not the prettiest. And I'm not saying this in a rude way, but you will see why I say this later on. I don't think that during the time anyone really thought too much about her being in the class, but some people were kind of confused, like, why are you in our class? This is not even on your schedule. Like, why are you in here? Don't you have another class to be in? Anyways, so she had a lot of friends, and some of those friends were really, really, really like Miss Tell Everybody Business type girls, real loudmouth girls, real, if I know something about you, everybody's gonna know this about you type of girls. Her friends, not all of them, but some of her friends could not hold water, and you'll see why. This teacher had a job teaching, but he also worked at, we're gonna say he worked at a really popular tattoo place. It was a place that was mainly popular among men, but women would get things from there too. He worked there, and that's what he would do after school. I think him doing that too made him really popular among students, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the female student body and teachers too. Ooh, I forgot about that. Okay, this man was hitting the students and the teachers alike, and not like hidden, but like hid. He was hitting the students and the teachers alike. It was ABG, anybody could get it. Female staff and the female student body, he was really popular. A lot of women there really liked him. He had waves, hazily or lighter brown eyes. He had a nice beard. He was pretty fit. There's a big ass bug on me. Okay, he resembled this Instagram model or actor. Nevertheless, there was one teacher who was rumored to be sleeping with her, and she had a husband, and I think she was pregnant, and she would always come and pull him out of class randomly and just be talking to him in the hall. Keep in mind, they weren't even the same subject or anything like that. She would just be like, oh, Mr. Frank, come here. And when she called him to come out the classroom, it was never, hey, come here, Mr. Frank. Like, it was like, oh, Mr. Frank, come here. It was giving more than colleagues. Like, she would be trying to do her big one, like flirting. It was very suspicious to all the students. Nevertheless, all the students knew, and I'm sure the staff knew as well. A lot of people knew about their affair. To my knowledge, I don't think Mr. Frank had a girlfriend. Mr. Frank never talked about having a girlfriend or any woman in his life, but I know Mr. Frank had the ladies. He had the bops, the biddies. Mr. Frank had the hoes, to put it plain and simple. This girl, we're gonna call this girl Nisha. The one that was always in my class in front of Mr. Frank's desk. Even Mr. Dillon did look at it weird of Nisha always being in the class and being right up under Mr. Frank. But Mr. Dillon didn't say anything. Anyways, I had a class with Nisha that was not that class, since Nisha wasn't even on the roll call attendance sheet for that class. So nevertheless, I went to class one day, and the other class that I had with Nisha, I told you guys she had the big mouth friends. The big mouth bandits, right? They were baddies though. The big mouth baddie bandits. Those were her friends. So one day, the friends come in. They're saying that Nisha was on FaceTime with them. We were like, okay, whatever, right? Nisha was not in class that day. They were saying that Nisha had called them on FaceTime. Nisha was in the shower with Mr. Frank when the friends FaceTimed her. They took screenshots and Nisha didn't know. Nisha thought that her business was safe with her friends. It was not. Because guess who had 2 thumbs and saw the FaceTime picture?
Wow!
Didn't reveal anybody's secluded or private areas. It was just like both their faces in the shower, and you could tell that they had nothing on. Like, it was like from like here up. So I was like, whoa. And it's like, if I saw it and all these other people in my class can get, oh, the whole school is finna know. After that day, when everyone was talking about it, Mr. Frank never came back to school. After we all saw the pictures, then they start showing us messages with them and Nisha talking about how Mr. Frank was doing what he was doing to her. It was not PG-13, PG-14. It was rated R for Send the Rapture, because this is wildin'. After that, Mr. Frank never came back. Mr. Frank probably just went to his other job at the tattoo shop. But honestly, I'm surprised Mr. Frank wasn't on that list, because I thought he would have been on that list with Lester and him. But maybe Nisha was over 18. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Nevertheless, Mr. Frank did not go to jail. Mr. Frank just went back to the tattoo shop, and that was it. That was all. Nisha, I don't remember seeing Nisha at school after that. I don't know if she just did a from home program, or if she was just in hiding and I just didn't see her, but she wasn't in my class anymore that we shared together. All in all, instead of them being mad at Mr. Frank for dating a severely younger woman, they were just mad at Mr. Frank because a lot of people thought that Nisha was ugly. They were mad because they felt like Nisha was ugly. They thought Mr. Frank could have did better, especially because they said that the teacher that Mr. Frank was messing with, they said that she was ugly. A lot of the student body was just upset because they wanted it to be them instead of being her. Nobody called him a PDF or anything of that nature. They were just mad that it was not them, and they called her ugly. That was it. And he went back to the tattoo shop. That's it. That's all. But nevertheless, thank you for watching. I don't know if I'll be outside again because that bug got on me and I was ready to get back in the house. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Follow me on Instagram at RRISY__. And I'll see y'all next time with another story time.